Died. Story of a life. Story of a freaking life. It's always such perfect timing too, right? So I hope this is correct. I had to do it landscape wise because I had the chord. It was the part where it sits up straight. You know. Anywho, where was I? Well, as you can see the title, I'm back and I'm adulting. Who came up with that word? Somebody probably wanted to escape the horrors of it. No, let's call it just taking a break from time to time. It's needed. You don't have to take a break from adulting, just take a break. That's okay. It's freaking necessary, it's required. You need it for your sanity, for your physical, mental health. Like, I'm not even just saying like because somebody told us that. I'm saying like literally your body, your mind needs that stuff. Like a prescription, like somebody hands you a prescription or handing you the incentive to take care of your body so you won't need these meds. Yeah. What's I gonna say? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's been messed up, twisted, you know, that we could change if we weren't deep rooted in denial. Because I think have people sometimes I think they say people are still asleep, like on a mass, like a bigger scale, like on a universal, what I mean, like they woke but they're not woke, they're awake but they're not like they're not awakened, enlightened, you know. Because and you can tell because that's a whole life change and people you act different and you speak differently and the things the words you use will have nothing to do with anything you ever used to talk about prior. And you're a lot quieter because nobody can get it. And who wants to talk to somebody about these things that don't get it? You ain't got to tell me twice, So I don't really share with people much. If you're not one that's shareable with, then you ain't got to tell me twice. But you know, I was talking with someone the other day, right? Now, mind you, let's remember they called Einstein crazy, but clearly we know he's not crazy. It's just the hair that made him look crazy. But no, he really wasn't crazy. He's freaking genius. And trust me, he was getting downloads too. And if he was here, he'd probably tell you that shit. But those are always the ones, right? When we sit back and watch history repeat itself again, it's like, didn't we just learn that they thought and then we do the same stuff again? All your information coming from the person that's like, now put this in your body. Now take this. Now eat this bad food. Okay, take that back. Now I want you to take this to heal it. Like, you know what I mean? From the same freaking person. It's like you just can't make this type of stuff up. So I'm sorry for the people. I don't feel I'm insensitive. I feel like I got common sense, and if that's wrong, then damn it, I'll be wrong for the rest of my life. So, I think they done packed up common sense. They out here bargaining with it. That's what I think happened to common sense. Yeah, it's now on the market. They put anything on sale. Common sense, and that's exactly what I was talking about. It's not really that far fetched. You know why? Because people. But that should tell us as people too. Like, if you haven't tapped in yet, these people are no better. They're not somebody that's extra more like on a. I don't know. I see a lot of people that give people credit to where they feel like they're not smart enough, like they can't do it. Like only if that person can do that. That person was just the person and they learned how to do it. So, yeah, you can do it too. Um, all these scientists and all this stuff that they do, they really got people thinking that they're these special people that can do these great things, and all they did was just suppress your mindset and told you you're just a worker. We're going to indoctrinate you, okay, to go to school and think that that's the life, to go to college, just to keep working for people to finally retire and say, yes, I made it. As we go over here and live the hell of a life, mess up a lot of stuff, create a lot of stuff, cause a lot of havoc, put bets on it, and see, you know what I mean? Like, it's, yeah, pretty much. And as they experiment with life and make you feel like you're not smart enough, and then pit people against one another, the citizens, like the people on these people here, they're not that smart because they live in these communities, and it's all bull crap. People fall for it. And sometimes you just kind of can't feel sorry for them too much longer because you've been exposed to life enough to know that you're smart. But I'll put it to you this way, because so first of all, it makes a lot of sense. The whole consciousness being able to be stored and put into a whole nother life form. Like you take a cell, do you know cells grow? And I don't know. I don't know what to tell anyone that doesn't, but you know what I mean? All I can say is books are fundamental, and learn your body, like all of it. I don't know why one wouldn't. I do. I know why. I forgot. Indoctrinated. Hmm. Yeah, it's like pieces of the puzzle. You never try to put it together. You just be this angry little person that swears they're not. I don't get it. And that's why I say I always sit with self. I always sit with self, and I will go over an overview what I just experienced that day, and like, be like, yeah, no, that wasn't a good idea. That was cool. Yeah, no, I didn't like that part. I'm not gonna do that. Whatever it may be, whatever the hell it may be, you know. It's not like a growth spurt like every 2 weeks or every day. There's change, there's shift, there's mindset change, and always for the better. So therefore, I might have said something yesterday that I'm not cool with that anymore. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not doing that. I'm good. I'm good. Because I thought about it. Because sometimes that's how you can't make the brain work any different than it's supposed to. So it might, mean just had went. You said something. It was always gonna be that answer. You just needed to take it out, transfer. Boom. Why do you think they call all this stuff what they call it dimension? Why do you think there's different portals and all that stuff, and you think none of that other stuff could happen if you really, I don't know. And it's not the fact that these things are real that trips me out. It's the fact that people are that far gone from their own self because it's all here. We already know stuff. Why do you think they work tooth and nail over time? They've never stopped. This has been going on for hundreds of years. Motherfuckers don't even sit down. It's been just tragic after everybody has a tragedy. It's like freaking. You got the everybody. You got the every culture. Everybody is always something. There's never been like a season of where there was slavery. There's a Holocaust. There's this. There's that. It's like has there been a season of oh there was the peaceful time. You remember that? Remember that era where it was just all that peace and kindness and love and stuff. Yeah, we had that. Not at all. Makes you think though, right? Would be nice. Cause see, some people think they have that already because you've been fooled, indoctrinated and all that, and then kind of a little cast on your way because you got a higher up factory job or whatever John D. Rockefeller said. I don't know. So, but then they fool you. Yeah, they make people think they have happiness and stuff, and it's pretty false. True happiness is when someone is happy within, with themselves, and what they're doing, and they love what they're doing, and they love what they are. You suppress that, you get bitter people. Trust me, I know this for a fact. It's so sad to see. To went through all the steps Everything, the college, all that stuff they say you're supposed to do. You just do it. And then when your child asks you questions, then you like tell them because you're supposed to, because I told you to. That's not a good enough answer. That's not teaching, but okay. Huh, interesting. But that's not the answer we want them to give if they come across a stranger, right? Do it because you told me to. No. But, so it's like, what is it going to be? Let's not keep passing that crap along to our children. I sat in those schools for 10, 11 years. I saw clearly we are not on the same agenda here. What is this they are? What is this? What are they supposed to be learning right now? Hmm. Failed pretty much. So when kids get labeled as slow readers, slow this, slow that, then they just throw a label on them, and now they're in a special needs class. We got an IEP because the parent believes that hype, or they don't realize it may be just taking them a little bit longer, and that's normal. You screwed up. You didn't ask questions. Now you done got your child on this paperwork that will affect them in the future in their career, because you can't get certain stuff when you have those labels from like when you're in school, like elementary and stuff. I think there's one when you can't even serve in the military or something like that. I mean, it shouldn't be a surprise. Look, we live in America. Nothing. It's like this country that just keeps giving and giving and giving and giving some more BS. So yeah, some of my points is that they labeled the kids and then never even realized that it was the teacher that failed the child, but now she's moved along so she can keep, you know, failing everybody else, because she's not giving them her all or even knows what she's doing. But then who do you blame for that one? The person that hired her, right? There's a list that goes on and on, but guess who loses out? The child. Because nobody wanted to do their job. And instead of coming down here, you keep going up here. If the child's not there, you bring it down to their level. That's common sense until they can get there. But instead, nah, we don't do our job. Put a label on them, special needs. Find somebody to sit with them. Yeah, a great system. Not I. I address. I usually will work at two different schools. The second one, right up, kind of like not that long apart from when COVID started. That first initial toilet paper incident. I'll never forget the day. But like a week or two prior to that, I've had this one student, love him to pieces. Um, but he has IEP. You know what I mean? So he does have like some, and I don't even call his learning disabilities, because if someone was to talk to him and just see how he acts, then they would just assume he did. So that's I call that ignorance, but I'm gonna let it slide a little bit because society has, kind of blinded you. But because somebody that doesn't know, they would think that that affected somebody's like capabilities of being able to receive certain information. I know firsthand that a disability or learning this, whatever it could be, does not mean that a child is not intelligent. It doesn't mean they're not smart. It doesn't mean they. Sometimes these children are more intelligent than the so-called normal students. Like I know a lot of children with autism, and they were always the smartest kid in the class. So you tell me, if that's the case, who really needs the IEP? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying, because I know this for hands on for a fact. I've worked with them, and they were so smart. There were just things that came with it, like, To me, it was never the how they can receive information. Like they're smart. They either that does not affect that at all whatsoever. But I know my one student, she did not like loud noises. She hated princess movies, and if she saw a princess movie, she would freak out. She really would, like angrily. Put the headphones on, and she's good. I thought she was the funniest. She used to make me laugh. Okay, so there was this one time, right? So this she was autistic, so smart, but she just had a little bit of violence to her. Yeah, you just didn't know when you're gonna catch it, right? But I remember one time I was walking in the hallway. And I was like, "Hey, Nadia," 'cause I thought she was the most funniest. I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. She was like, "Hey, Miss Brandy," but she'd already socked me, punched me in the stomach already, and I was just like, and they were already taking her out because I think she had assaulted Miss Felicia. I forgot what she did to Miss Felicia. I think she called her a few whores. I know it's wrong, you know. She had a few siblings, and mom did her best, but Nadia was just really, really smart. You know, even if she unheard those words, she was still gonna do it. She was gonna do because that's what she liked. But yes, so she got me in the stomach. I survived it. I was just a little in shock that she did that after she said hello. It didn't change my feelings towards her. Um, so she liked a special type, and that's another thing. She would only eat certain stuff, right? So every lunch came with something different, so we can always have what she wanted. So, now you get a little pissed off. So how can we eliminate this? Now, I granted, now mind you, I'm not her immediate like teacher at that time or her, from the, how you, IP and stuff. We have the special, what do we call these days? The special needs counseling that we had there. She had Miss Virginia, which I worked a lot with Miss Virginia because Nadia was her student and Nadia was in the grades I was working in, so we were same classroom. Yeah. So that was her, but I was always around because Brandy. Um, so she likes cheeseburgers and burritos. So what we would have to do is with the lunches, if nobody eats at the end of the day, they throw it away. So we would take a few of them and store them in the freezer because it was very necessary, And then, when lunchtime comes, she didn't like that lunch. We'd be like, we're already on that for you, Nadia. So I'm saying this because one day we had a barbecue for the San Diego you call it our so basically the people that supply the lunch and food for that county for the city of San Diego for that immediate district, they'll do like this barbecue like every, I guess it's like once a year or twice a year. So anyway, so we did that day. Parents can come and all that stuff, and but they have to like pay. Kids will eat free, and then the rest of the family have to pay. So mine, we had like hot links, and then they actually come out and do it, cooking, barbecuing, hot links, hamburgers, all this stuff. Not a lot, but enough to, people had a good time. It was different than regular lunch. So, um, I think at this time I was office because I went from teaching for a few years, and then the very last year I was administrative. First person you seen, you walked in. So I think I'm going to organize the whole thing because that's something else. Also, I would have to do is deal with like count and attendance. That's like your biggest job is attendance. Screw you up. But so yeah, so I noticed I saw her come with her mom, and I was like, shit. I was like, we don't got no cheese. I was like, this is not gonna go good. And I knew it wasn't gonna go good because she likes cheeseburgers. So she get her burgers, she getting her stuff. She's like, I wasn't sure she was talking shit yet or at that point because what she said was this. So she goes, she sits down, and I'm like, wait for it. But then, I get distracted because I'm helping. And then all of a sudden, you hear somebody say something like, "You don't have any cheese?" And then you just see a burger just like flying across because we're on the outside patio, and you saw a burger flying across and like hit somebody in the head, right? And that's like funny to see because who sees stuff like that? It's happening, cheeseburger. I was like, I told you. I said she needs cheese. Then her mom got her. She's like, oh my god, not here. It's like, we gotta go. And then, like, on her way out, she's like, looking back, she was like, you guys don't have enough money to get some cheese around here? I was trying so hard not to laugh because I thought that shit was funny as hell. Yeah, I did. Do you know how hard it is to be a teacher and not laugh sometimes? Man, I have blooper moments. I'm telling you, if they only knew. Man, some of my students try to trip me up. Those second graders, I tell you, they'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about. I heard you, Miss Brandy. What? Heard what? But sometimes they was lying. I was like, you didn't hear that. Trust me. But if you ever have a slip up and you just look to, you see somebody automatically always looking at you like, anyways, back to the lesson. Yeah, bloopers. That's probably like the best bloopers ever. Is like a teacher bloopers with her students and stuff. Because people always ask, like, do you ever curse or do you ever do this? Have you ever did that? Man, not really, not too much, but I've had my moments. Yeah, where I had to clean something up real quick, but there was always somebody, some kid that always heard something, but not very much, not very much. Well, I feel better that I got to come over and let this out. But I'm gonna leave you with one more story because she was hilarious. Okay, so we had an etiquette class, right? An etiquette class. And Virginia didn't really take her to etiquette class because this is Nadia we're talking about here. She probably don't even like it, right? So we had this etiquette class because they had already came to the decision this time that they were going to shut our school down. We had been fighting this for a few years. There was no reason. San Diego Unified just really sucks. I don't care. I said it. I'm a native. I live here. I don't care. It's true. Went to your schools too. Still had a little bit of critical thinking left, but they suck. Took my son out of the school system. He's still in the school system, but in a whole different setting because it's whack. There's no safety is an issue, and then best interest for who? But so this year, Miss the principal said, "Well, we're gonna just have a good time." Then she said, "I'm just let these kids enjoy and experience everything they can since this is where it's at." So that's what she did, and she decided like there was so much stuff that she did with them. Took them opera, took them these freaking amusement, just anything where you can learn and have a good time. So she had this etiquette lady come in because there was going to be this big like dinner at some point where you gotta show these etiquette skills. Okay, so I didn't at the time get the luxury of going down there because, mind you, I'm the opener. I'm the first person. I'm the administrator in the front, and so she takes Nadia down there this time, right? And I think that day they were working on body language. They're doing body language, like how can you read somebody's body language? And then I guess Nadia was like, I know. She just kept, I know. And the lady was kind of like, okay, what's a form of body language? She said, she said, I know body language. She's like, well, what? She said, this means fuck you. And she put her finger up, and she's like, oh my god. And I was just like, because I'm telling you, this little girl was sincere in everything she did. This was not just some poorly behaved little girl. She was very intelligent. Like she was work done like that. She didn't like to be bothered. The kids loved her. They were used to her. They knew where the boundaries were to stay away because now they'd be tripping, But she just always wanted to be. She just Miss Virginia just follow her around. She just do her thing. And if she didn't like what she was hearing, she put her thing, big headphones on, and I knew how to handle work with Nadia, because I already, it wasn't overwhelming. I enjoyed. I learned a lot from her. She made me laugh so much though. Um, yeah, she wasn't like. I think with her, like her mom's, used to kind of be like, kind of embarrassed, but you can tell that she comes from a loving home. She had siblings that come pick her up. You can just tell that she was exposed to her being around her siblings and taking, kind of emulating. But she, you know, has a different way of thinking. So she She was really, really funny. Most people say that's not funny. Well, guess what? It is, and you should only hope that somebody can make you laugh like that. Why can't it be your student? That's all I'm saying. But thanks to I have the same amount of people in here that I had when my phone died first time. I want to become famous by followers. Prime. Is this a real person in here? Do I want to become famous? You can't lead with that anymore these days. They asked that. That played out like what, 20 years ago? When people were like, you want to be famous? Me? Or you be at the mall, you be like, yeah, I want to be famous. Uh-uh. Anything anybody asks me, I'm like, who are you? Sounds too good to be true. It's like it is. Okay, well, I'm gonna go to anybody and everybody that's watching. Just know that you're appreciated. Keep coming back because when you come back, it makes me want to come back, and it makes me want to share stuff. Uh, just happy I had somewhere to come and just do what I do and talk a little bit for this time period. But I do want to share something with you before I go. I wasn't going to at first, but what the heck? So like I've had these I started doing these when maybe 2 years before. I don't know. That's over there. I paint too, like canvas painting. Like I have my walls used to be full of all my paintings, and I have one that actually I need to send off tomorrow. It'll be my first time like giving somebody a painting. He originally was gonna buy it, and I was like, no, dude, give it to you. But I was just flattered that he saw it, he liked it, and yeah. So that's my shit right there. I like to paint, and just seen some Canva one day. I said, oh shit, I'm about to paint. And let me tell you something. I had no experience from that day on. I just I got skills for like that. Like I tell you guys, we already know stuff. You just gotta tap in and you just believe. Believe. If you don't believe me, go ahead try it. Probably already done it. I think my way out of a whole lot of shit. I know it doesn't work like that. Well, why can't you think money into your pockets? No. Money is an illusion of control. So this is one of them I built. I don't know if you can see that very well. When I built this, my whole idea was this. I was going hard with bullying at that time. So I was like, okay, those stairs. So this right here, this piece, all this is to like one of the puzzles, those big puzzles we put together. This is the base. But these, obviously you know what those are. All I did was buy. I used to go to Walmart, I think, and Amazon, but mainly Walmart, and buy like one, two, three. Those are all like pieces, like that. And then like Amazon, I would get these tiny pieces here, and this I just made a fence and that there. Then what's this say? Hey, welcome our safe place for that are being bullied. Yeah, so this used to, let me tell you guys, this used to be a church. Not lying. I had a whole cross. Not even lying, I don't even know where I did with it. Sitting. I think it was right here. Not even lying. Hands down. I promise you it was a church. I built a church, guys. So the table. There's break the chair. Oh no. Table. Chair. Now this here, that look creative. That's me there. See that? It's a cartoon Brandy. Say hello. That goes with my just can't get enough podcast. All right. Let me see. You guys see that? Did I take it off? Did it come off? So yeah, that was the idea of that. And that would be like cup with fake water coming out. And then these clips are. So there was this one time, so this is what I did. You see this here? I think I made every teacher, the principal, everybody, their own model of their classroom. I mean, just like their classroom. First one was the principal. She's a teacher also. She likes math. So I made her classroom where I had these little, math projects, like actually little tiny ones, formulas and all that stuff, and did the whole classroom desk and all that stuff, and it looked just like her classroom. So each teacher that had a classroom, it was just like their room, the model. If you had carpet, if you had numbers on the floor for the children to sit, if the chalkboards, down to a T, even the front office. Okay, I wasn't playing around. Every teacher got one from every single teacher. I didn't make the playground, or did I? Anyway, so that's what I did. Now, there's one that's very significant, actually, too, but Mrs. Clark, when I made hers, she wanted me to make another one. I think we were going on spring break, and she likes Alice in Wonderland. She said, I need you to do me a favor. Can you make me another model, but with Alice in Wonderland? So I was like, cool, I can do that. Not even a thought, because I'm like, I'm pretty sure I could do that. I could figure it out. I didn't need to think like I've never done that before, because I was going to do it regardless. See? Believe. Download. So over that break, yeah, Charlie thinks is mother freaker. So I had her Alice in Wonderland to a T, but times 10 on some 2020 mess, and with working water and some lights that I'm not even playing. You're welcome. So yeah, so what do you guys think? Do you think that I do have a store. We have a Real Wise Radio, a Real Wise production store. But within my website, my Can't Get Enough podcast website, I do have some of these in there. But I have other ones. And I don't want to make any. If somebody really asked me to make one significant to them, I would. But I would rather just, I made a 2-story house too. Not a line, stairs and everything. Now this is just oh, the other ones are there. I'll show you guys the other ones next time. Gotta leave something. Now this is just like a room. Yeah. So that carpet, and this used to be a part of the 2-story house. Carpet, bed. Over here, got a little couch. Got the little jar there. The other room has a bathroom. So that's just that there. And the decorations, I made those too. So I think, wait, I make sure nobody's saying anything to me. Don't mean to be rude. No, I don't want to be famous. I'm not. Trust me, I don't need to be famous. No, no. Never need all eyes on me. Quite alright with being backstage making this shit happen. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna put all those into the store. Why not? And I'm supposed to be moving too, so I gotta get some stuff out of here. So if you know anybody that loves clothes, anybody that knows me knows that girl got some clothes, and yeah, people love my clothes. Of course they would. I love them too, but I can't take everything. So I have like a TV needs to go, damn near everything, clothes and all. Yeah. So on that note, if interested at all, you can inbox me, or I'll just figure that maybe some people will want to see. I'll make you guys aware of when I basically have everything and it's everything's a go in my apartment. I'm not taking anything. The only thing I really truly want to take, all my heart and soul, but I know I can't, so that's why I'm preparing myself. It's all my clothes. And it's not that I'm holding on to material. That's the thing. It's nothing to do with that. But everything to do with that they're so fucking cute and so nice. I just love them. Don't judge me. It's like, no. Well, I thank you guys again, and just remember to show love, kindness, and empathy to someone you might not have said it to before, or a stranger. Alrighty, have a good night.